also answer. Mr. Thomas H. Mr. Ofakidu. Ms. Ekia Boatma Ado. Ms. Christiana Asiedu Apia. Mr. Kudo Kirsten. Mr. Malik Adams. Mr. Kofi Amankwa. Mr. Kwado Ochebwapi. And our very own Mr. Eko Ajimaprem. Mr. Robert Emerson. Mr. Samuel Adadi. Mr. Adadi, we're here, he's coming. Mr. Daniel Amankwa. Miss Agnes Amankwa and Miss Lucy Ajimaprem. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we give them a big hand of applause? Okay. So last but not the least is Mr. Nana Ajayi. Now, I'll just hand over the chair.
Okay, shall we give them a round of applause again? Thanks very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. The first guest speaker for today is the second vice chairperson of NPP Holland and the special advisor to the Abetifi constituency in Ghana. He is an economist and as well a public health expert and has held several high-profile positions in the public health sectors, both in Ghana and in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we welcome Dr. Kwesi Boahen. Thank you.
But let me just say some few private things about me. I'm here with Amwaku Jampa. Amwaku Jampa is the vice chairperson or chairman of NPP Holland. And I thought that in the presentation, you know, it was done wrongly. So, Amwaku.
No, it's not.
Yeah. My name is Kwesi Boahen. I'm very happy to be here, and I do recognize the opportunity given me by NPP Island to come here and to share some few thoughts with you. Eko told me to talk about political tolerance and its relevance to Ghana's infant democracy. And I tried with our vice chairperson to translate that to P, political tolerance. And we struggled a bit trying to understand what political tolerance means in P. And then he said Abotre. Is that right? Or Ntiasiye? Yeah. So, anyway, just to say that, when we try to translate some of these things to our own local language, we come up with some problems. But we settled for something which looks like Abotra here, can be, Ababu. Yeah, right. Like I said, I'm happy to be here. I came yesterday, and to tell you the truth, I'm really impressed by everything that I have seen. The hard work of ECHO, the dedication of people around ECHO to really get people here. I dream in mathematics, so when I was sitting here, I tried to calculate people around here, and I got like 70 people, which is a very good thing, to have one meeting with 70 people around. In Holland, I live in a city called Utrecht. Utrecht is, for people who buy cars to Ghana, automobiles to Ghana. Utrecht is a place in Holland where we have the largest car market in Holland. So for those who have come to Holland, I think Utrecht, you will know that. And Utrecht, I'm the chair of Utrecht, is it the chapter? Yeah, Utrecht chapter. I'm also the NPP in Holland. They think that I have some ideas to offer. So they said that I could be, so they made me the special advisor for policy and strategy. And what we actually do is we meet and we have a very long discussion. And I think it's very important for an organization when we start, to really create that culture where people can meet and express themselves. People just meet, we just talk, and we disagree and we leave. It helps people to feel important, to belong to the organization, and we do that. And what I've seen from ECHO and from Sebe and from other people, I think that we have that spirit to create that culture. Going ahead, I actually studied in the UK when I was a young man. I studied in Oxford, and when I was a student there, I visited Republic of Ireland, I think twice. So coming back here after all those years, I still have this memory, and I don't want to bore you about that. Things which excites, young men, and you don't want to hear that. But it was a nice period, having that interaction and coming here and visiting friends and having those discussions. I'm going to talk to you about political tolerance. But I'm not going to talk to you about what politicians in Ghana should do. We only have one politician here. The rest are in Ghana. When I go to Ghana, I tell them my peace of mind. So I'm not going to talk to you about what they should do. I'm also not going to talk to you about the patience that NDC and NPP leaders should have. They are grown-ups, and they should know that there is patience, and patience is a virtue, and I'm not going to talk to you about that. What I'm going to talk to you about is what you, and everyone who is gathered here can do in their own capacity as citizens of Ghana, as nationals of Ireland, and perhaps having, Ghanaian alliances and relations, what we as individuals and as organizations can do to support democracy and also to support tolerance in Ghana. So I'm trying to appeal to you and appeal to all of us to do something. I travel also to Latin America, and there I met a senator in Nicaragua. This senator, what he's doing is very special, unthinkable in the political context of Ghana. This senator is providing support to political opponents in his region, such that these political opponents could organize themselves. And then I thought, do you mean that? And he said, yes. And I said, why do you do that? And he said, you know, when I support them to train themselves, such that we could have civil debates. We could meet, debate, disagree, and leave. But mind you, don't make any mistake. When the day of election comes, we arm ourselves. So he's reaching out, but he also knows his limits. I've been to Uganda, where I met a banker, an owner of a bank, and this man is providing support, giving loans to people with HIV. You know that when someone gets HIV, the person will obviously fall ill, and sometimes will not be able to pay the loan. But the man, so I asked him, do you know the risk? And he says, surely I know. I mean, I'm not in business to lose. So, but I'm in business because I want to build an inclusive society. And if you want to build an inclusive society, you need to connect to other people. You need to break taboos. You need to break stigma. So, this is a way of breaking it. But I'm also a business person. So whilst I'm providing all this support to people with HIV, I have also developed an insurance product which I also sell to the people. So you get a loan from me and you also get insurance from me. So then he benefits twice. But at the same time, he's connecting to people. Most of the bankers in Uganda will just say, oh, you have HIV, I won't lend to you. All these examples which I'm giving you, illustrating how people are connecting to others, going beyond.
People encourage you to do better if you start a good thing. That's the meaning of that proverb, and I think that you've started a good thing. Yes, conditions in Ghana are not good. I'm sure you've heard from your people back home. Everybody is really hurts many of us is that during the time of the NPP, you could actually feel the sense of hope, optimism in the atmosphere. People may not have had money in their pockets, but they knew that something good was happening. So even the atmosphere, the spirit in the air itself was different. People had hope. People had something to look forward to. There was enthusiasm. People were optimistic about the future. Today you go to Ghana and everybody's like this. Everybody is like this. Everybody is struggling. They call it, at Tamil's what? Mobile phone. Yes. Everybody is wondering where the next meal is going to come from. Businesses are collapsing. And they talk about inflation going down. And I keep saying that if you've got goods in a shop and nobody is buying it, and your capital is locked up, you'll be crazy to increase the prices. There's absolutely no demand for it. This is not reduction in inflation, it is deflation, it is stagflation. So we shouldn't be selling.